Swole Benji here. Today I'm going to teach you where to get the Bloodflame Blade. This is available at the very start of the game. You only need 12 Faith and 10 Arcane in order to cast it. It is by far the best weapon enchant in the game, and what it does is it will coat your weapon in a blood fire kind of mixture. When you hit an enemy, it will apply 20 bleed damage over 1 second twice, so 40 total bleed stacking damage. But also, it scales your faith into fire damage. So you're dealing physical damage, you're bleeding the enemy, and you're burning them. This also works really well against enemies weak to fire damage, such as tree monsters and those giant hand monsters you will encounter later in the game. So we are going to start by going to Stormhill Shack here. Now, at the very start of the game, you start at first step, you go north to the church, you go north again to Gatefront. This is where you get your mount, and then you follow this little pathway up to Stormhill Shack. This is generally where most players will go at the start of the game, because this is where the rays of light, or the little shining graces, this is where it tells you to go. From here, we're going to follow the road north. At the fork, we're going to continue north. We're going to go around this bridge area, and then we're going to follow this road up. It's very simple to get there, and I'm going to make this as easy as possible to follow. No need to speed up. You can speed up the footage if you want. I'm not going to speed it up. So we are going to start our adventure by going north, and we have the mount, and we are just going to follow the road, and we're going to follow the road for quite a little bit, all right? Now remember, at the fork here, we're going to keep going north, alright? So, it does twist around, but again, just keep going north. It's fine if you get out, like, I'm not on a road, I'm just going north. You can only go so far north, it's fine. Now, we're back on a road here. Again, we're going northwest at this point. And this here is not an enemy, this is just, this is an NPC you can talk to. She won't hurt you. Alright, and then we're going to continue going northwest. We're going to go on this bridge here, and you can actually jump down from here. Let's go ahead and grab this cookbook real quick. That's for crafting, that's for later. And then we're going to just follow this path up and around. Now, there is a speed run method where you can skip that bridge, and then you, like, jump from this ledge to here. However, it's very inconsistent, and you will die a lot of the time. So I don't recommend doing it. But essentially, we're going to continue west now. It looks like this. We're going to basically go around this little bend here, because the bridge is broken. We can't take it. And if you want, you can get this scarab along the way. It's completely fine. Just beat him up or push him off the cliff before he despawns. And I'm completely missing with my flail here. But if you want, it's not really necessary. It's not really a big deal. And he was about to disappear. There you go, Storm Wall. That's for shields. I think you can use it on some weapons. It's not really the best thing, but we're going to continue now up on this ledge here and get to that Bloodflame Blade, which is by far one of the best things. I recommend everyone get this. Everyone get at least 12 faith. Even if you aren't a faith build, it is so broken. It will carry you through the early, mid-game, even some late-game fights. It makes it a breeze. And unlike other weapon enchantments, it, for whatever reason, procs the bleed on spells, which is completely weird. This means if you are a spellcaster and not a melee fighter, this still benefits you greatly if you put it on a weapon and cast a spell. A lot of people think it's a bug, and it could be a bug. I'm recording this as of April 15th, and I'm getting stuck on trees here. But we're going to continue to follow the path. This is what well, I can't show the map right now because I'm near enemies, but again, we're just going west, following along the road here, and you don't have to beat the first two bosses of the game to get here. This is something you can do at the very, very start of the game. Now we're back onto like a little dirt road. We see a grace site, so let's go ahead and grab the grace real quick. There we go. And I'm going to pump up the map for you if it lets me. We actually need to be on this road, so we're going to travel. We're just going to go hard north at this point, okay? We're going to swing hard north, but we don't want to jump off the cliff and die, so we're going to have to follow this cliff face and get down there. Alright, and we want to be down there. So we're going to follow this area back now. And there is a spot to jump down, just keep looking over the cliffs. And I've actually missed it. I'm going to go back around. Sorry guys, it's been a little while. since I've taken this path, but we're gonna definitely get down there. There it is. There's the drop off. Okay, you see these little platforms, you're gonna have to do a little bit of parkour action. And the easiest way to do this, and you see lots of the bloodstains, it's very intimidating, is just slowly walk your horse off. On PC, I think you have to hold the Alt key to do this. And there we go. And then we're just gonna, well, see, good thing we have a double jump. Without that double jump, this game would be very annoying. Alright, and then down we go, and we have made it. We're gonna get back on this road now. Sorry, I had that planned before shooting this, but it is kind of weird to get sometimes. Here it is on the map. We're just gonna follow the road, and there's a couple graces to grab along the way. So you can already see one right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab it now. Just hop off, and I mean to fat roll there, but there we go. We got it. It's interesting that all you got to do is point your hand at it. Alright, and then if you want, you can veer off and grab this map. I'm actually going to do that because that will make things way more clear where to go. It's just a little detour. You're going to want to do it eventually anyway. And you know what? That's actually kind of a big fall. We'll get it later, guys. We'll just get it later. Anyway, keep following that road. Don't veer off the road. You can pretty much stay on the road up until it ends, okay? You may be thinking, well, it just ended right here. No, it's still going. Just go around the building. It's fine, see? Just right around the building. Don't worry, these guys aren't going to kill you. They're slow. They're like the kind of slow and stumbly undead types, the slow walkers. You can see another grace site right up ahead, and this is very useful to get for later. Now, the next step, you do not want to do this at night. So when you get to this part, make sure you rest at this grace because it is nighttime right now. And the reason we don't want to traverse the road at night is because there is a Night Rider up ahead, which is a boss monster that could dismount and kill us. So we're going to pass the time until noon. I like noon. It's nice and bright, easy to see. And the mobs seem less aggro-y at night. Now this is the part where it gets a little different, okay? So we're just going to ride through this little chasm here, this little cave. It's not really a cave, but there's a bunch of ghosts fighting soldiers. If you want to, like, take a break in this game, this is a great early AFK spot. If you just AFK nearby, everything that dies you'll get runes for. It's just a little bit of bonus. Now, if it's nighttime, this road will be occupied by the Night Rider, and you don't want that. So we're going to continue to follow this road now. This is what makes it so easy. We can just follow the road almost the entire way to the enchantment. Almost. Okay? So we're about to get to another grace site here, and there are a lot of graces on this road, which is really nice for progression. That's why I'm showing it off, that you can get all of this at the very start of the game. It makes traversing a breeze later. And you may be thinking, well, the bridge is out, I have to do this weird parkour jump, but it's not that bad. You see how you just need like a single jump, you don't have to do a double. And you're going to follow this broken bridge down. Let me show you on the map what that looks like now. We are up here, okay? And what you're going to do now is you're going to continue following this straightaway here. Like you see the bridge up ahead, there is a grace to the right in this little castle housing area. Now these mobs are a little bit more aggro-y, but they're still kind of stumbly and slow. So we can just run, grab that. It's just some runes, it's fine. Alright. Now you see this house right here? There is a grace site, again, it's just ahead, right? It's just ahead, and there's a map too. So we're going to grab this map here. There we go. That was the map I was kind of thinking about earlier, but hey, we got it. Always go back for that other one later, and it's going to show you basically what we need now. Now this makes it super, super easy. Now that we have the map, we're going to take a straight west. We're just going to go completely west to this little square here. Okay, now all you have to do is, if you're standing on the grace, line up your compass with west. Just line it right up on that west line, and this makes it easy. Just ride forward. Don't worry, nothing's gonna kill you. You're not going to encounter the shrimps that shoot the pest spell, the little spell threads at you. This is a very easy trip. You're just going to run straight ahead. You're going to get another grace site. Though this one's it's slightly hidden. It's a little weird. Okay. This one is, it's on top of like some rubble, okay? So we can see there, that's where I put the waypoint, and you see this rubble, but you don't see a grace site, do you? Well, you kind of see the swirlies. You gotta walk up the rubble, and there it is, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and touch the grace here. Did not mean to slow mount. Next up, from here, we are going to take a hard west again and go right there. Alright? And we're almost there. We are very close to getting that enchant. Alright, so we're taking a hard west. Now, at the very start of the game, you encountered an NPC in a white mask. I forget his name because I'm not super into the lore or anything like that. But this is I forget what this is, like a blood church or something. Anyway, you're just going to take a hard west, you're going to jump up here, and we're going to actually circle around the frontier. Now, I guess this character is not progressed enough, but right here is the entrance inside of this blood thing. It's like a blood church, and the NPC would be right here, but he's not in my playthrough for some reason. I swear I didn't kill him. Okay? Now, I just want to say, this church right here on the map, this church is probably my favorite place to farm blood roses. Okay, which are these little pickups right here. You just run around it, spam your Y key, your triangle key, get the blood roses. But that's not what this video is about. Blood roses help you craft blood arrows, blood grease, blood pots. Anyway, once you're facing the church, okay, you're going to turn to your right, and you're going to see two trees. Kind of like, think of it like a football field goal, like an American football field goal. And you see this rock in the middle. You're gonna turn slightly, like just face that chapel in the distance if you're rendering, if your computer can render it that far away. Just face right where I'm at. It's slightly north, it's slightly northwest, right here on near the church's entrance, okay? And right above, after this rock, there is the scarab, okay? And we're just gonna smash them. I'm actually gonna dismount to smash them because the flail is really weird with its hitbox. Yeah, and he's a runner, so maybe I should use a different weapon. But, let's just bash him. And there we go. So, I guess I haven't killed a scarab on this character before, apparently. Well, it should have dropped this. Oh. Okay, it's actually this one, the golden one. It's just further ahead. I'm sorry. I did this in rehearsal, and, it's not the red one, it's the golden one, slightly far ahead. Sorry for the troll. Bloodflame Blade, there it is. Alright, and now we're going to go to just the gray side. I'm going to show it off. I'm going to show you the power of it. This thing is great. This thing is insane. Okay, and we're going to go and rest at the gray site, go to memorize spell, and then put it on. Again, it is 12 faith, 10 arcane. Put on a finger seal, and then this is what it makes the weapon look like. If you ever fought that masked guy at the start of the game, that's what he puts on his weapon. Okay? And whenever I hit something, it's going to inflict a 2-second bleed over time effect, stacking 40 bleed. For those that don't know, the way bleed buildup works, okay? If you look at this effect on the flail, it says causes blood loss buildup 50. That means every time I hit an enemy, I'm giving them 50 blood buildup. Now, based on their resistances, let's say they have 100 blood resistance. So I have to hit them twice, and they will hemorrhage blood and take extra damage. Well, with this enchant, I now technically have 90 blood bleed buildup every swing. Any spells I cast, that's 40 per hit. So there is a spell called, like, Flame Sin, or Sin of the Flames or something. I forget the name right now, but you catch yourself on fire. And if you have this enchant active while you're on fire, you will, every like half a second, you deal fire damage to everything around you. And every half a second, you're applying 40 bleed damage, essentially. So you can just stand next to a boss, and then just start bashing them with this enchant, and while you're on fire, and you will melt, like, 80,000 HP bosses in under, like, 10 seconds. It's insane. It's so broken and overpowered, and is absolutely vital. This guide is just a small mini guide that will add to a much larger guide I'm working on. Guys, I'm Soul Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Go get this weapon enchant if you don't already have it. It's the best in the game. It's available at the very start of the game. Super easy to get. Also, like, subscribe, leave a comment on someone else's comment, and if you're financially well off, please become a channel member. Alright, it's like being a Twitch subscriber. It is $5 a month. The button is right below this video. It helps me out greatly. You get access to private, personal videos, as well as if, like, I play an MMORPG and I have an exploit or a dupe method that I don't want to share to the public, I will definitely share it to members only. So, thank you so much. I make videos every day. Come back tomorrow for another Elden Ring video. Take care. See you next time.